The Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City. This is the Fox 25 News at 11.
Well, welcome back to the Fox 25 News at 11. Here's a live look at what is happening out there. Hopefully you get to stay indoors because that should be your move today. You can see just all of this coming in our way. We're talking about freezing rain, sleet. Danielle, take it away.
Hey, yes, good morning, everyone. Really a mess across the state right now. Like Jasmine said, we have freezing rain, we have sleet, we have just a cold rain ongoing in portions of central Oklahoma right now, and it's making the day pretty messy. Now, right now, looks like we have a mostly freezing rain ongoing in portions of central Oklahoma, including stretching all the way back out to El Reno and back over into Watonga. Looks like portions of the west side of the state finally getting a little break. That'll happen until the second and third wave comes. This is actually the second wave, so the third wave actually going to come tonight and into tomorrow. But right now, really for the rest of the day through 1 o'clock, we're going to be talking about the rain starting to make its way into central Oklahoma. So now through 1, a good bit of freezing rain continuing, and then after 1, we should transition over into more of a cold rain here in the metro, stretching down through 35, and most of the freezing rain going to settle off on the west side of the state overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Now, the impacts you can expect. Roads, they are slick, they are icy. High impact for your road conditions out there. Power lines, hey, they are going down. They are snapping as they ice over, trees falling on them. Definitely lots of power outages. Jen's been covering all day long. Today, definitely a day to stay weather aware, stay inside. Even if the roads start to improve, hey, power's going to take a while to turn back on for some areas. And then over the next day, we're going to see a good mix of freezing rain back over into actual rain. And we could accumulate almost 2 inches of rain here in Oklahoma City and central Oklahoma. Ice going to be your main concern. So I want to break down that impact for you in more detail coming up here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Danielle. That ice accumulation obviously causing some issues this morning, from outages to damage. Sade, what are you seeing in Oklahoma City?
Well, Jasmine, just once again, right before our shot popped up, the tree right behind us in the station, part of that tree branch collapsed, and we've been showing you those tree branches, like this one right here, that is just looking like it could possibly fall at any moment just because of how heavy that ice is weighing down those trees. But I also wanted to reiterate, as we mentioned before, if you have to go out and your car looks like anything like this, where it's just covered in sheets of ice, you definitely need to get out here and take that time out to warm it up, because even here on one of our station vehicles, like, you can't even grip the ice that is on top of the car. So you need to come out and have that opportunity to warm up your car. And what I even just noticed right now is that there's a casing on this wheel right here of that ice. So that just goes to show of temperatures that we're dealing with right now with that ice storm that we are dealing with out in right here in Oklahoma City. And once again, I just noticed that tree branch right outside of our station that just collapsed. So, you definitely want to be careful out here, and we'll definitely be careful out here. And those sounds are very eerie. No need to laugh, but it's just, I think here's a tree branch that's about to go right here, right outside of the station, right next to our vehicles. So you definitely want to be inside if you don't have to be outside. You don't want to be in these conditions because, as you can obviously see and hear, these tree branches are falling just by the second. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Sade. Well, we are getting a closer look at some of the neighborhoods here in the metro. They are dealing with much of the same thing. Fox 25's Wayne Stafford is in Heritage Hills. Wayne, where you are, it really looks like a bigger storm, like a tornado or something blew through that area. Really, it's just ice on trees.
Now, and a lot of folks here have been telling me the same thing, that it's almost like a tornado storm came through this area. I have some of the people here who are outside looking at the damage. Sir, you were telling me what you woke up to. Kind of tell me and describe what you were seeing.
It's just devastating. I mean, it sounds like a war zone almost. Pops and bombs. And, this neighborhood is all about the trees and the homes. And it's sad, very sad.
Which home is yours? Right here. Okay, so this one on the right here. Tell me about the damage that you're seeing.
I mean, fortunately, it's just property damage. No one's hurt. We're safe. I mean, I think the sycamore trees might be able to make it. Some small property damage and fences and stuff. A smoking power line in the backyard that unfortunately the fire department can't get back around to. So we'll just wait for it to end and then start cleanup.
Start cleanup. All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I'm sorry again. You're right. This is devastating. That's for sure. All right. Well, good luck. You can see here that it is just a mess everywhere. We have a person with a chainsaw starting to work. And it is going to be a lot of work for sure. A lot of folks here are really just in awe of the damage. We see a lot of people out on their porch just seeing how much damage there is. And again, there is a lot of cleanup. We're going to have more live looks right here. Back to you.
Yeah, and Heritage Hill is really known for its large, beautiful trees. Definitely not what we want to see happening there. But unfortunately, that situation is sort of what we are seeing all across the state right now, and it really is leading to those power outages. I did want to give another update here from OG&E. It seems like anytime they start to make progress, some more outages get reported. So we're sort of at a standstill here. OG&E alone reporting 194,668 outages. That's almost 200,000 people without power. That's just OG&E customers. We are also seeing thousands of other outages being reported by Edmond Electric as well as PSO. Over 200,000 people total in the state of Oklahoma right now are without power during this ice storm. And we do also have another warning for anyone on the Oklahoma State University campus right now. The campus says that tree limbs are falling on campus. If you have to be there, please avoid walking under those trees, avoid elevated surfaces, and do not step on the edges of curbs where the ice melt doesn't stick. If you can, stay home and stay safe. So again, those tree limbs, reports of those falling on OSU's campus. We'll of course continue watching for updates here at the live desk.
Thank you, Jen. Well, be careful on those roads today. We cannot say that enough. The State Department of Emergency Management says on average, more than 6,000 people are killed and more than 480,000 are injured each year due to weather-related car crashes. If you can, avoid driving, just stay home. But if you do have to, be cautious and avoid slick bridges.
Yeah, be very careful. And hey, just yesterday, AAA got more than 900 calls for roadside rescues, and I can imagine that number has gone up since then. During freezing weather, AAA says you should keep a following distance of 5 to 6 seconds between cars. Don't use cruise control. Keep your phone charged and have an emergency kit. You can include kitty litter, a flashlight, ice scraper, a blanket, gloves, and flares.
Now, we are very clearly keeping a close eye on this winter weather. Stay up to date right here on the air and online at okcfox.com. Now is also a good time to download our KOKH News app and Fox 25 Weather app. Just search KOKH wherever you get your apps.
And Red Cross wants to make sure you're ready for this winter weather. They say you should keep your fridge and freezer doors closed as much as possible. If you lose power, an unopened fridge can keep food cold for about 4 hours. I know a lot of you have been without power for over 4 hours, so you might want to throw that away. And a full freezer will keep its temperature for about 48 hours. And unplugged and any unnecessary electronics, if you were using an appliance when the power went out, you want to make sure you unplug it because when the power comes back on, a surge could damage it.
The weather forcing Oklahoma County offices and the courthouse to close its doors. But with today being the deadline to request an absentee ballot and the November election only a week away, the Oklahoma County Election Board will remain open. We're getting a lot of pictures from viewers sent into the Fox 25 newsroom this morning. Take a look at this one sent in by Deborah Mays and Mustang. That tree completely covered in ice, really the weight of that ice bearing down on the limbs there. This is from freezing rain, forcing those branches to touch the ground in some places. Now keep sending your pictures. We want to see what it looks like in your area. Just go to okcfox.com and click on the Chime In tab to submit yours. All right, folks, stay with us. We will be back after this short break.